عودة النجم المصري السيد لاشين لفريقه الأمريكي في دوري المحترفين الأمريكي لتنس الطاولة بعد غياب. عودة الأبطال، لاشين يعود بقوة إلى فريقه الأمريكي في دوري تنس الطاولة. استعدوا للشهادة على لحظة تاريخية في عالم تنس الطاولة، حيث يعود النجم المصري اللافت للأنظار السيد لاشين إلى فريقه الأمريكي في دوري المحترفين الأمريكي لتنس الطاولة، وذلك بعد غياب استمر لفترة. يقدم الفيديو لقطات حصرية للحظة عودة لاشين إلى أرض الملعب، حيث يتجدد الحماس والتفاؤل في صفوف الفريق. سيكون هناك تسليط خاص على استعداداته والتحضيرات التي قام بها للمشاركة في المباريات القادمة، بالإضافة إلى لحظات احتفالية مع زملائه في الفريق والجهاز الفني. سيستعرض الفيديو إنجازات لاشين خلال فترة غيابه، مع التركيز على كيف يمكن أن تؤثر عودته على أداء الفريق وتحقيق النجاحات في الموسم الحالي. يتميز الفيديو بمونتاج مثير وموسيقى ملهمة تعزز من حماس المشاهدين للمتابعة القادمة. تعود الحياة إلى ملعب تنس الطاولة بقوة مع عودة هذا النجم، ويعد الفيديو فرصة للجماهير للاحتفال بهذا الحدث الرياضي المهم ومتابعة تألق السيد لاشين مع فريقه الأمريكي.
Very critical match here.
Paul Chi hasn't had too many appearances for the Seattle Spinners. Of course, he played in the cross division and had some nosebleed problems, which affected him quite a lot. So he's had a pretty tough run so far in MLTT. We'll see what he can do out here. Of course, everything MLTT related you can find on MLTT.com. Literally covers everything and anything you could want to find about.
And especially like right now, the draft. I mean, that's still open, and
it is.
There's some, I'm sure, amazing players that now that season one is upon us, would love to get over here in the U.S. for season 2. So watch there for announcements as well as links to all the social media postings, highlights, merch, links to the fantasy game, everything.
This is a tough matchup. I don't even want to guess how many times he's represented Egypt in international competition. He is also the only player in MLTT to come out positive in a singles match with Cole. Won 2-1 against him. Lasheen Al-Sayed.
Yeah, if you're looking at his Wikipedia page, there's a couple of medals there.
9 African Championships gold medals.
I mean, that's just
all in teams and doubles, and double the number of medals total. 4-time silver medalist in the African Championships, 3-time gold medalist in the African Games. Pan-Arab Games. Won the hat trick in 2011.
Just a stellar career, and he loves playing so much. I was asking him about his match in the World Championships with Cole and what he was going to have to do. And I said, get your forehand. And he said, no, my backhand's actually pretty good these days.
Oh, during the warm-up, his back, he was hitting some sizzlers. Even his teammates.
Oh, that's
wow.
a nice.
Speaking of sizzling backhands, 3-time Olympian. Just an outstanding player. You know, when I think about Lasheen, I recently did some interviews with Thiago Monteiro, and I feel like the two of them are kind of mirroring in different regions. Just amazing careers. They're still out there. They still want to compete.
And they're still solid players. It's not like their games have dropped off even in the twilight of their career.
Yeah.
And Lasheen was able to, for the Portland matchup, come early and train with the paddlers. And what a treat to have him at Paddle Palace and showing his skill level and dealing with the media, helping G-Way and the other players on the paddlers improve, because that's just who he is. He wants to see the game grow. He's thrilled to be in the United States, helping blasters, so good pick by Maggie.
Yeah.
To get him on the team.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll be looking for a bounce back this weekend. He had some, I think, tendon problems with his elbow in Portland, so struggled with the matches there, but as I said, he looked pretty solid out there in the warm-ups.
Paul with another great backhand down the line. That seems to be his go-to offense.
Just great adjustment there. He just, the chop block first, and then
he's using the pace of Lasheen, redirecting. And now within 2 points. But
oh, what a shot to finish it. The first game goes to the Egyptian.
قبل ما نوصل مع حضراتكم المباراة اللي بعد كده إن شاء الله، نتمنى إن تكونوا استمتعتوا بالمباراة اللي فاتت. نتمنى من حضراتكم إن أنتوا تشرفونا وتشتركوا في القناة وتعملوا زر الجرس عشان يصلكم أول بأول كل ما ننشره على القناة. وطبعا تشريفكم وتعليقاتكم وآرائكم يعني بيساعدنا إن إحنا نطور من القناة ونلبي جميع احتياجاتها وجميع احتياجات حضراتكم ورغباتكم. شكرا لكم.
To possibly get a golden game of 6 free points.
Yeah.
Or the last match of singles, which should be a great one.
I think we've just seen so many different surges from teams. I mean, the paddlers started out the season really well against against the odds, and we've just seen different surges. I mean, the Bay Area Blasters played really well in Pleasanton, but that weekend I think Seattle took all 3.
Right. There's been so many
and then Texas last and
where
Portland
a team is
were
like
just totally
swept.
dominant.
Yep.
So I think every team has kind of had its day, or its weekend, I should say.
Oh, look at those drives. Just amazing.
Yeah, and you could see Paul really waiting till the last minute to know where the ball was going to go. Lasheen always doing the unexpected. I think Paul needs to take a bit more risk on the backhand.
Yeah, he needs to bring some offense to the table, because although he's made some great blocks, he's not going to make that many more.
And even working some forehand play as well. It was a great serve and setup. You would have loved to see him step around and play a forehand on that.
Yeah, it seemed like he had enough time, but he was committed to the backhand.
This time Lasheen overhits. That's the second one.
Keeping account. And look at that. I mean, it's like eyes on the side of your head to be able to step around and see that the forehand is still open.
Great serve there. Keeps things level here in the second game at 6 points each.
It just seems that Lasheen has so many weapons, so much experience.
Yeah, dimensions.
Look
it's
at right
really
there, just a slight change in spin, direct point. The score is never going to phase him. Look at that. How fast is he? I mean, at his current age, to step around that backhand and get so low, and then to be ready in case it returns. And that's the other thing, the players at this level, it's not just one big shot, but it's the success of multiple attacks that they're able to do.
Yeah, Polchi works on the forehand. We need to see more of this from him. He's got to use that backhand control to be a little bit more assertive with his placement, and he's got to set that forehand up. He gets the first forehand in, second one a little off balance.
And Lasheen when he's re-spinning the ball, you're just really never sure how much side spin is still on the ball or which direction it's going. So not easy to counterattack.
Oh, Lasheen turns it around.
He knew where that ball was coming. Just a great job of, again, stepping around, waiting, hitting the winner.
9, 10, 7.
She with the block down the line again. Great, well placed. But this time Lasheen was waiting for it. He takes the second game, a left.
قبل ما نوصل مع حضراتكم المباراة اللي بعد كده إن شاء الله، نتمنى إن تكونوا استمتعتوا بالمباراة اللي فاتت. طبعا بنتمنى من حضراتكم إن أنتوا تشرفونا وتشتركوا في القناة وتعملوا زر الجرس عشان يصلكم أول بأول كل ما ننشره على القناة. وطبعا تشريفكم وتعليقاتكم وآرائكم يعني بيساعدنا إن إحنا نطور من القناة ونلبي جميع احتياجاتها وجميع احتياجات حضراتكم ورغبتكم. شكرا لكم.
Paul Shea. And again, just put on the back foot. Started kind of toe-to-toe in the backhand counter situation, but don't feel enough intent from Paul.
Yeah, I mean, that's a better play that he did right there. At least he stepped around and played the ball down the line versus just literally aiming at Lasheen's racket.
Yeah,
and then thinking that he's going to get the ball through him. Lasheen just has too much touch, and he has so many angles to go with. He moves absolutely amazing for his age, but he's been doing it for 20, 30 years at this level.
9, 2, 1.
I mean, that ball just barely missed, but he had the full table down the line at his disposal.
Yeah, see, that's kind of a big opportunity to get in there, but it's just a little bit too plain. I think it would only take a little bit more aggressiveness from Paul to really make a big difference.
If he could force shots instead of just playing balls on which side of the table they are. I mean, that's what you see Lasheen doing. It's like after he makes one good loop, he's always moving, always ready to keep the attack going. Paul is just
intensity.
Yeah, he's just keeping it kind of in play, but not really many penetrating shots. Or taking the forehand away from Lasheen once he makes the first attack. I mean, look, it's just Lasheen, he steps around, he's got the whole table to go with, and then he's just waiting to see if Paul does anything. And
yeah, you can really sense that there's substance in his contact. I feel when Paul's hitting the ball, sometimes it feels a little hollow, I guess is the right way of putting it. Got the last singles match up in the left corner there. That's going to come up after this.
That's going to be
Margin Bao and Olajide on Mataya.
That is going to have some power from both players as they step around their backhands.
Line 3, 5. Line 3, 5.
That's
There's
much better
counter.
there.
Yep. Well timed.
Jammed into the backhand side. Again,
just a little bit earlier on the backhand adds enough speed. Paul Shea with the drop.
Nice drop shot.
That's time Lasheen didn't have faith in his fast footwork.
And he put a little bit of
put the
backspin
brakes
on it,
on.
so the ball wasn't going to come out off the end of the table.
5-6.
But the heavy lifting has been by El-Sayed Lasheen. He's taking his time.
Oh, hello.
Look at that backhand by Paul Chi down the line.
A little shift in confidence.
Seattle would love to.
Body language is
Yeah.
much better.
A lot better. Seattle would love to take a game to finish off this and stop a sweep.
Oh, it was a great forehand, but just a little bit too much into that backhand side of Lasheen El-Sayed. Yeah, I mean, there will still be a lot of pressure on Amatayo and Everett locals here, getting in behind their player, and there are some moves there from Paul Chi, showing some a little bit more intensity, a little bit more aggression.
At least connecting some shots.
Yeah.
Both forehand and backhands. Lasheen says, I could make that in my sleep. He had the ball that he wanted, he just could not make that land.
You could see where it was going too,
Yeah.
right at the elbow.
And every one of
There it is
Lasheen's
again.
opening,
Yeah.
elbow, elbow,
Yep.
elbow, because if Paul's not going to move his feet, he's not going to play the ball with any balance. He's going to be falling to the side or
Or backwards as
backwards. Just mistiming central if you can get it to that transition point.
well, yeah.
that
What a
time,
ball.
Paul got a hold of that one.
Here comes the support from the audience.
9,
She's just waiting for them to finish.
9-8.
Not a strong push
There's
against
that
both.
placement again. Paul's got to recognize that that's the likely place that the ball's going on the opening. Maybe he can get around and take the ball earlier.
Oh,
There it is
what a
again.
nice inside-out forehand. Just a quality shot. And
Paul started with the placement to the middle again. You can see in the back corner, those two guys there have driven in from Salt Lake City, 15-hour drive. From the Salt Lake City club. They're here. This is
Paul
a
Chi, 1 point.
big chance. I mean, if I'm serving and I'm him, I'm going in. Third ball attack if he has the chance. Oh, and he gets it. It's a game for Paul Chi. He got in after the serve, and it made all the difference. I think we saw a totally different player in the third game than we saw in the first two. Just a little bit more aggressiveness, a little bit more decisiveness, a little bit more intensity. Made all the difference. Third game goes to Paul Chi, keeps Seattle Spinners with a little bit of hope going into the last match.
قبل ما نوصل مع حضراتكم المباراة اللي بعد كده إن شاء الله، نتمنى إن تكونوا استمتعتوا بالمباراة اللي فاتت. طبعا بنتمنى من حضراتكم إن أنتوا تشرفونا وتشتركوا في القناة وتعملوا زر الجرس عشان يصلكم أول بأول كل ما ننشره على القناة. وطبعا تشريفكم وتعليقاتكم وآرائكم يعني بيساعدنا إن إحنا نطور من القناة ونلبي جميع احتياجاتها وجميع احتياجات حضراتكم ورغبتكم. شكرا لكم.
Whole time, and I finally got here to Everett, and I've caught you.
I'm very happy for this.
Very good to see you. Well done. First two games, obviously solid performance from you. I was at home during the Portland. I know you had some trouble with your elbow.
Yeah.
Obviously, I mean, I saw you practicing out there, and things are looking pretty good. How does it feel for you this weekend with this with the matches and with the warm-up so far?
Let's talk about the last weekend. I was not in top form, and because of the elbow, I have too much pain, and it was not so nice. But now it's better. I take plasma in my elbow, and it's helped too much. The pain is decreased too much, so I can play a little bit. But still, I don't practice too much.
So we could talk about the matches, but tell me, why do you love table tennis so much? I mean, you've just been such a fixture of African table tennis. If somebody wants to look up in the record book who's made all the records, they're going to see your picture. What is it about this sport that is so special to you?
It's life. Simply, it's my life. I like table tennis. I like to play. I like to practice. That's why when I get injured, I was very angry. Not because of the injury, that because I cannot play. I cannot go to the court and compete in normal situation. But now I feel much better when I have like 50% pain. I feel okay. Let's have some fun. This is the fun for me.
And in this match, when you're playing with someone like Paul, who's kind of a little bit linear, the way that he plays is very one-dimensional. For you, how do you feel against this kind of style? I mean, you have so much variation, so much experience. There's lots of changes in direction, changes in spin. If you think about this match, but also about your experience overall against players that are based in North America.
Normally his game, his ball is spinny and slowly, and also it's a little bit flat. So I don't like to be very close to the table. I need like 1.5 meters or 2 meters to give my power with normal ball. But when it's slowly and like this, it's take for me much power to come enter and try to play normal spin.
Wow, congratulations. Obviously for me, very good to see you, and
thank you.
I look forward to catching up more over the weekend.
I hope. Thank you. See you.
قبل ما نوصل مع حضراتكم المباراة اللي بعد كده ان شاء الله، نتمنى ان تكونوا استمتعتوا بالمباراة اللي فاتت. طبعا نتمنى من حضراتكم ان انتوا تشرفونا وتشتركوا في القناة وتعملوا زر الجرس عشان يصلكم اول باول كل ما ننشره على القناة. وطبعا تشريفكم وتعليقاتكم وارائكم يعني بيساعدنا ان احنا نطور من القناة ونلبي جميع احتياجاتها وجميع احتياجات حضراتكم ورغباتكم. شكرا لكم.
We see Lasheen السيد will take on Johan Hagberg.
Should be a great.
Picks off the first one.
I have a feeling Johan has made that sequence before. Looks like we're going to get another look at it with a slightly deeper serve.
Long serve and deception on the contact.
So far the serve variations of Hagberg.
With an 11-3 serving opportunity.
Helping him out a little bit here.
Oh, break off the top of the net. Some of the fortune coming back to the home team. 11 serving 4.
Seattle support there.
Nice side top.
Subtle with the touch.
سعدنا بحضراتكم ونرجو ان نكون قد اسعدناكم. شكرا على متابعتكم، ولو حضراتكم وجدتم ان الفيديو يستحق المتابعة والمشاهدة والتعليق والرأي، طبعا هنشرف باشتراك حضراتكم في القناة. اشتراك حضراتكم بيشجعنا ان احنا نكمل ونستمر في المزيد من الفيديوهات الاخرى ان شاء الله. اراء حضراتكم وتعليقاتكم بتهمنا بحيث ان احنا نطور من القناة ونشوف ايه الاوجه اللي احنا ممكن يعني ايه الاوجه اللي ممكن نكمل فيها، او ايه النقط اللي حضراتكم بتشوفوا ان هي ممكن تبقى اضافه كويسه للقناه. اشتراك حضراتكم وتعليقاتكم وارائكم ومتابعتكم بيشجعنا ان احنا نكمل. شكرا لحضراتكم والى اللقاء في فيديوهات اخرى ان شاء الله.
Amor te complemento, amor de mi pasado, ven, Bamboleia, bamboleia, porque mi vida yo no prefiero vivir así. Bamboleia, bamboleia, porque mi vida yo no prefiero vivir así.